This is Silvio Belosconi from Crown News. Today, we're looking at the devastating case of Preston Davey, the 13-month-old baby whose short life ended in horror after months of abuse inside a Blackpool home. Preston Davey should have been protected. Instead, prosecutors said he was subjected to months of cruelty, sexual abuse, and violence inside the home of Jamie Varley and his partner, John McGowan-Fazakerley. By the time he died in July 2023, the baby had become the center of one of the most disturbing child abuse cases ever heard in a British court. Preston had been adopted only months earlier, in April 2023. In just 4 months, the court heard, he suffered 40 traumatic injuries. Medical staff at Blackpool Victoria Hospital noticed suspicious bruising during 3 separate visits, but the explanations given by Varley and McGowan-Fazakerley were accepted at the time. On July 27, 2023, Varley told police Preston had accidentally drowned in a bath. But the post-mortem examination told a very different story.
I'm going to come on to neglect and ill treatment, John. This is all about protecting Preston from harm. You've been shown a series of injury photographs right from the time Preston came into your care and up to his death. And medical professionals on some of these injuries have said that these are non-accidental. How do you explain that?
As again said during the interview, I have never, ever hurt my son.
It doesn't look good, Jamie. How can you explain that?
I haven't done it.
Well, I'll make the suggestion that you've killed him, Jamie.
You make that suggestion and I'll fight to the day I die. Because one day, you guys will be in trouble because you are absolutely wrong. I don't know how I'm going to prove it, but you are wrong because I have not done it.
I have nothing further to say.
Nor do I.
Investigators found the child's hair was dry, he still had his nappy on, and there was no sign he had swallowed water. The cause of death was later ruled to be acute upper airway obstruction, caused by an object or objects inserted into his mouth. At Preston Crown Court, the jury returned 29 guilty verdicts in total. Jamie Varley was convicted of murder, 2 counts of assault by penetration, 5 counts of cruelty to a child, grievous bodily harm, sexual assault of a child, and multiple offenses linked to indecent images of Preston. As the verdicts were read, Varley collapsed in the dock, retching and vomiting.
You will stay in prison for the rest of your life. You will never be eligible for parole. You were the only person with Preston that afternoon. It was you who did this. Preston was particularly vulnerable because of his age. He was not just a child, but a baby. 2, both mental and physical suffering was undoubtedly repeatedly inflicted on him before his death. 3, the gross abuse of position of trust, namely that of prospective adopted parent. Balancing out these aggravating and mitigating features, I am satisfied that the starting point of a whole life order is also the finishing point. This is a case of the utmost extreme gravity. You will stay in prison for the rest of your life. You will never be eligible for parole.
At sentencing, Mr. Justice Turner described the case as one of the most extreme gravity and said Varley had shown selfish resentment towards the baby. He imposed a whole life order, meaning Varley will never be released from prison. The judge told him directly, "You murdered him. You will stay in prison for the whole of your life." John McGowan-Fazakerley, 32, was found guilty of allowing the death of a child, 2 counts of child cruelty, and sexual assault of a child. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison. The judge said he had failed to protect Preston, despite the warning signs and concerns around the baby's safety. Preston's mother and grandmother wept as the case came to an end. An independent safeguarding review is now underway, examining how the system failed him so badly. It is a case that has left behind grief, anger, and impossible questions about how a baby so vulnerable was ever allowed to fall into such danger. This is Silvio Belosconi from Crown News. Thank you for watching. Take care, and remember that stories like Preston's remind us why we must keep asking the hard questions and never stop seeking the truth.